Welcome back, guys. Couch Surfing Podcast, Season 2, Episode 22. In the books, the Queen is dead.
The Queen is dead.
Moment of silence for the Queen. But anyway, she's passed. So we'll just read some interesting facts about the Queen. You know, rip. People that didn't know who the Queen is. No, we're not talking about Beyonce or Nicki Minaj or Dolly Parton. Yeah.
None of those queens.
None of those queens. Everyone knows the real queen died last year. Or actually, I think it was actually beginning of this year. This year.
Queen Latifah?
No, not Queen Latifah. She's Betty White.
Oh, yeah.
Betty White. She's the real queen.
Sarah has that cup that's like, it looks like a White Claw. And it has Betty White's face on it. And it's like aged 100 years. Almost.
She almost made it, dude. Betty White. Real queen. But anyhow, this other queen. So, it's Queen Elizabeth II. So, she was born at 2:40 a.m. on April 21st, 1926.
Jeez.
Wow. Parents to the Duke and Duchess of York. So she was crowned queen June 2nd, 1953. It was aired on TV. 20 million people watched, is estimated.
Okay.
And she passed away a couple days ago.
It's viral.
Peacefully at her castle.
Literally.
Actually, castle. She was the longest reigning monarch ever in Britain, beating Queen Victoria, her great-grandmother. As queen, she was served by 15 UK prime ministers. Damn. She went through 15 bitches.
Okay.
15 of those guys. All right.
Do they vote on prime ministers, or does she just...
I think so.
Oh.
I think you do. Hell if I know, Britain. Her favorite dogs were corgis. Yeah.
Nice.
She even invented a new breed of dog where her corgi mated with a Dachshund.
Yeah, like the hot dog.
Dachshund?
Yeah, I forget exactly how you say it.
Belonging to her sister, Prince Margaret, creating the Dorgie.
It's the hot dog.
Wiener dog.
Yeah. I think it's pronounced
Dachshund?
Dachshund. It's like...
Dachshund?
Yeah, like Dachshund or something like that.
She was the only person in the UK allowed to drive without a license. She never had a license. But then again, how often does she ever drive?
Literally, probably never.
Yeah. Maybe a golf cart or a castle or something.
I was going to say around her estate.
It's a castle. There's a difference between an estate and a castle.
Well, I just mean her property.
Yeah. Queen Elizabeth had 2 birthdays. Her actual birthday, April 21st, and her official... Her actual birthday, 21st April, and her official birthday, which was held on Saturday of June, when the weather's better. What in the hell?
Sounds made up.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. This is on National Geographic Kids. Can't trust this source. Her birthplace is now a fancy Cantonese restaurant. That's funny. I wonder if they have something special on the menu.
Death soup.
Death soup. Queen Elizabeth first sent an email in 1976. Her first ever published Instagram photo was 2019. She's a little late.
Yeah.
But the email though, 76?
That's early.
Damn, son.
Like.
She had many hobbies, including horse riding, pigeon racing. Sounds pretty dope, actually. Football, probably soccer. Bastards. She was an Arsenal supporter.
So it was soccer.
Yeah. Let's see. Queen Elizabeth became a homeowner at just 6 years old, when the House of Wales gifted her a house in the grounds of Windsor Royal Lodge. It was named Batch something, which means little cottage. That's all I'm saying. In her lifetime, Queen Elizabeth sent around 50,000 Christmas cards.
She could have done more.
Yeah, it's weak. She owned an elephant, 2 giant turtles, a jaguar, and a pair of sloths.
What?
They're all living in the London Zoo. I wonder if they know that she's dead.
Nope.
She made her first radio broadcast October 1940 during the Second World War. And let's see. Last thing says, even the monarch went undercover sometimes. On a recent low-key trip to Scotland, she met some American tourists while walking. I do know this one. When the tourist asked if she lived locally, she mentioned that she had a house nearby, and when asked if she'd ever met the Queen, she simply pointed at her security guard and said, "No, but he has." And that guy got a picture with the security guard that the Queen took.
She played him.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? You're literally talking to the Queen, but obviously you don't know. You're like, have you met the Queen? Like, no, but he has. Like, wow, that's awesome. Like, can we get a picture together? Here. And then literally give the phone to the Queen. Can you take a photo of us?
How dumb is it to get a picture with somebody who's met somebody else? Though?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
also a thing, too. Why would I get a picture with someone that's met the Queen? They're like, who's that guy? Dude, that's the guy that she's met the Queen. All right. Yeah, who took the photo? No, that's an old hag. That's funny.
Man.
That's pretty gold right there.
I think it's interesting, though, because I don't really know a whole lot about I don't feel like growing up, it was really, like, I just don't know anything about how things work over there, so it's not
Neither
like...
do I. I don't know what you think either. I don't know if she was good or bad or part of Epstein's play in the world. Who knows, man? I saw a photo with her sitting with Epstein one time. She was probably in on it.
She's in on it.
She probably went to that little island where they, like, sacrifice human babies and, like, drink their blood and stuff like that.
That's how she made it so long.
Dead. I thought she was a vampire.
Dang.
Have you seen her who took over? It's like now King Charles, I want to say his name is.
Yeah, isn't he like 70 or 80?
Yeah, he's pretty old. Yeah, he probably ain't got like 10 left in him.
Well, that brings up something that's interesting to me too, is like, do you think that they're like gonna continue to try to keep like the monarchical state?
Yeah.
Because they're like, I think one of the last at least developed countries that still uses like the monarchical.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they are.
Verbiage of that would be.
I think they are. He's already been sworn in as king.
It'll just be interesting though, like over time, because like, okay, he's old. Like obviously you don't got much time left, and then who's it get passed down? Somebody told me all about it,
but the lineage. I don't know who comes after Charles.
But like for her to inherit it so young, I wonder like how that would need to happen, or how that would play out for somebody nowadays so young to become queen or king. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All I'm saying is, look at my boy Charles's fingers. They're like
Vienna sausages.
They're literally, actually like hot dogs.
They look swollen.
Yeah, like that ring ain't coming off, homie. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to saw it off.
Like, my guy has the weirdest hands and fingers. They're so swollen.
Yeah, that's rough. I wonder if it's like a condition.
Yeah, this is because of inbreeding.
Oh my gosh. You know, I heard that, I don't know who it was. It was a kingdom that, like, just believed in their own pure bloodline. And they literally inbred themselves out of
to death.
power.
Yeah, because they all become fucking like immobile.
Literally, they inbred themselves out of power because they couldn't reproduce anymore.
All right, so the next person, just so you know, after Charles dies here, is William, Prince of Wales.
Okay.
So let's see who Prince William looks like. I think I know the guy, actually.
Because, like...
dude, Prince William. Yeah, this guy's a homie.
Is that Harry's brother?
I think so. He's a homie.
See, yeah, he's not super old.
No, he's 40.
Okay.
He could rock it.
So, I mean, he might... But that's the thing. Like, let's say Charles lives... If he's... What? How old did we say? 70? 80?
Charlesy?
Yeah.
Charlesy boy? Let's see. 73.
So, yeah, let's give him 20 years to 93.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, maximum. And then you got... William is going to be 63 or whatever, basically.
60.
60.
Give him another 30 there and stuff. I mean, like... I
And
feel like we got another solid 100 years left in the monarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, though, and I don't know because I don't live over there, so I have literally no clue, but it's more of a ritual, a culture thing than it is...
Yeah, I don't think, like... I'm sure, yes, they have power, but I don't think they actually do, like, too much. Because I think they have parliament.
Yeah, they do.
Which is, like, kind of like our type of thing.
I guess they're just the richest family that's like, we're in power.
I guess. I don't know. But, anywho... The Queen is dead.
I heard that Virginia still pays
taxes to the Queen?
Pays money to, yeah. Because it's like the Commonwealth. Like the Commonwealth of Virginia pays. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. Like I said, I just heard it.
Who tells you these things, boy?
Man, I just got my ears to the street, you know? Just all these people out here talking mad, wild stuff.
Dude, that's crazy.
If it's true, though, we gotta get to the bottom of that because I don't want my tax dollars going to the Queen.
Yeah, I'd be kind of curious to see where all this stuff like kind of goes.
It's probably some sort of like, I guess I would say like a loophole to be able to say, that we pay taxes to the Queen, even though we don't really. It's more like we're paying. Like, you know how we give aid to, like...
They can keep their tea.
They can keep their tea.
They can keep their damn tea.
How we give aid to, like, other countries.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. I'm sure something along those lines.
Someone's just like, oh no, we pay taxes still to the Queen.
Yeah. Well... We better not be paying anything. That's all I'm saying.
R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth.
Rest in peace, Queen. You did good, kid. Hope you're partying up with Betty White. Maybe.
Britain just falls apart now that she's gone.
Yeah, I do wonder what's going to happen. I'd be really sick if a war happens. I'd love to see that.
I don't think that anybody should ever wish that.
Mass, like, war.
Oh, I mean...
I'm talking about, like...
Yeah, like World War III.
Yeah. Only nuclear, though. I'm talking about, like, devastation. Half population gone. Thanos. It's going to be great.
Unfortunately, we would probably be part of that.
I think everything just blows up except for us in China. Everything else is just a wasteland.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, joking. Sorry. All right. Speaking about being off meds. Great segue.
I didn't even know.
Let's talk about
Uh-oh.
California. And California is off their meds. Two things. First off, their power grid. Off. Way off the meds.
Did you try turning it off and back on?
They're doing rolling blackout stuff because the power grid can't like handle them like the amount of power that they need, so they're doing rolling blackouts and stuff. And people are literally charging their Teslas with gas generators. So there's a really funny irony to it all. Does California not have a nuclear power plant?
No, I don't. I think there's only like less than a handful in the United States.
Oh, really?
Or like, yeah.
I just feel like they
So
would.
many people are so uneducated about it that it's like it's hard to get them past because people think that it's like
They just think Chernobyl.
and,
Yeah,
like,
it's the first thing everyone
literally,
thinks. Which I think
like,
too.
Japan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, atomic bombs.
yeah, atomic
Well,
bombs, and they've had waste.
Yeah. Anywho, that's just a funny insight. But the main thing is, no. Did I say funny?
It's a funny insight. I don't know what you
Oh,
were
I don't know. All I'm saying, so another crazy thing that happened in California that Christian actually sent me was, do you want to talk about it?
Well, I only really saw the headline. It was just like,
I could read the whole like kind of article.
and like I sort of went through it just to make sure that I was like not just
Legit?
a headline.
No,
but
yeah, it's legit.
basically somebody got beheaded.
Actually decapitated.
Yeah, with a sword, right?
With a sword.
Yeah. That is
Literally
so
a
wild.
sword. A young Northern California mother of 2 who was beheaded with the sword has been identified. And the man accused of killing her is in custody. Happened at 11:50 a.m.
Middle of the day.
Oh, that's middle of the day. Damn, I thought that was
Middle of the
I thought
night.
that was about to be midnight. No, this is right before, pretty much at lunchtime.
Literally, you said, let's have some lunch.
Middle of the day, Thursday, 27-year-old woman, later identified as Karina Castro, was attacked outside of her apartment in the well-to-do San Francisco Bay Area, the city of San Carlos. Witness flagged down people of a sword attack. Deputies pulled up, and literally her head was gone, or it was separated from her body.
Like, the only thing that, like, when I imagine this, I imagine your hands and your head in that, like...
The ghillie?
Yeah, the wooden, like...
Yeah, the guillotine?
Well, it's not
Oh, the stalk?
Yeah, and then just taking the sword and...
Yeah.
But I'm like, how did that realistically play out? Did he just, like... Look at my sword, and she's like, oh, that's a cool sword. Oh, wow!
I think he came up behind her and literally just chopped in the back of the neck.
Ugh.
If you can get through the back of the neck, obviously this is all easy to
Yeah,
cut.
it's
It's just the back
The
that's
spine.
yeah, that's the hardest thing to cut through. All this is just tendons and stuff like so. He literally just sliced right through her fucking body, dude.
That's insane.
Apparently the two were in an ongoing relationship, but there was like she had filed a restraining order against him.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Guy fled on foot, ditched the sword and stuff, and then returned back to the scene of the crime to talk to the cops or like turn himself in or something like that.
I guess he felt bad.
He's in jail, no bail.
That's surprising, honestly.
No bail?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
California is letting anybody... Like,
I don't
dude,
know, man. If I
look this up. I think it's Illinois is dropping all bail. Like, anybody can have bail without any cash. No, like, everybody can go free.
No cash bail in Illinois starts in January. What to know? Holy shit, this is 2 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. It's like...
What?
I think
The end of cash bail and more. Well, Illinois Safety Act is what it says. A massive crime reform package passed by Illinois Democrats in 2021 is once again in the spotlight with election day less than a month away. Republican states one of its many provisions will end cash bail, where a defendant is required to pay a percentage of bail set by a judge to be released from prison, making Illinois the first state to do so. So what does that mean? You mean like I commit a crime and then after I go to the court like hearing trial thing, they're like, okay, your court date's in 2 months, like go home.
yeah,
Like that?
I think. But what I'm confused about, and like, you probably have to do so much more research about it, but like, I wonder if they still say like, here's your cash bail, but you can just be like, I don't have any cash, or like whatever. Yeah, I don't want to pay it, and they still have to let you go. And I think part of that package of laws that they're talking about that got passed also has a lot of laws in it that basically make it impossible for like a homeowner to get anybody out of their house for any reason. You can call the cops. The cops can't do anything to make anybody leave your home. It's like,
wait, what do you mean? Why?
If an intruder comes in and is like robbing you, and you're like, 911, what's your emergency? I have somebody robbing my house. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do anything because we can't force them out of your house. Which sounds crazy to me.
Do they have stand your ground laws?
No. That's what I mean. I think that package is trying to take basically everybody's right to their own personal properties and things of that nature like away. They're trying to cause anarchy in Illinois
So also with the bill, law enforcement is not permitted to purchase military equipment such as firearms of 50 caliber or higher. I mean, that makes sense.
50 cal is pretty big.
Yeah, it's a fucking massive thing. Weaponized vehicles or aircraft. Fucking Apache helicopters.
Well, I wonder if that includes like normal like police helicopters.
Yeah, officers are also not allowed to. Officers are not allowed to use chokeholds, but are ordered to intervene when another officer is using excessive force.
Yeah, I mean it's just all those laws that
2020. So 2025, everybody has to have body cameras. And the body cameras will have to always be on once you put the uniform on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how
detainees can make 3 phone calls within the first 3 hours of their time at the police station before handing over their cell phone. Inmates can find these numbers in their cell phone contact list. Okay. Interesting. I don't understand the whole no cash part though. Like the bail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting that.
Hold
on. Whether or not a detainee qualifies for pre-trial release depends on how the judge decides. If the suspect is deemed a flight risk or a risk of endangerment to the community, he or she could remain behind bars.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
I think the worry would be that
they just don't.
They say that nobody is
a flight risk.
Determined as a flight risk,
yeah.
Which I don't think would happen. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure there's like somebody who cut somebody's head off with a sword.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be like,
wouldn't...
I think you may be a flight risk. No. That was the only person I wanted to kill.
That was it.
Oh. Go.
You're good. No,
I'll see you next week.
One way or another, I was just like, man, like I didn't realize Illinois was doing all that. They're doing. It's a pretty big
Illinois
bill.
was wilding like that.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
We'll have to get our tank and
well, it doesn't
go
matter.
up there and get some video footage.
We live in Virginia, so no matter what, even if all the states start to do this, we'll be the last. So
we'll make sure that
we'll be the last people to do anything.
All the other states to test it out.
I feel like we're always like top 5 states to do things last.
Yeah, we're pretty quick on the cannabis.
Yeah.
For being a southern state, but it's not really done much.
Yeah. True. What was I gonna say? So that's interesting. I'm trying to think if there are any more laws that are coming up and around here.
I'm not sure. I kept getting these suggested videos on YouTube about, I think it was September 15th, legal marijuana sales. But anytime I try to look it up or find anything on it, I don't see
anything about Delta 8 coming back or not.
It's supposed, from what the last I heard, it's supposed to be banned indefinitely. Really? Yeah, which I don't know. I guess I might be confused on the processing of how Delta 8 products go from plant to product, because I was under the assumption that if you had, let's say, 100 acres of hemp, you could extract enough Delta 8 THC from it all to have a quantifiable amount to put into product. So, like, for example, if you had one plant, it might have, like, whatever percent of Delta 8.
Yeah.
That's very low. Not enough to do anything. Like, we're saying, like, less than 1%. So they have to have large numbers to get anything out of it. But I believe they also can derive it from... Well, I know they can derive it chemically from CBD. And... I guess, take a molecule or whatever it is out to make it.
Yeah.
And in that sense, it's more, I guess, synthetic, because the way they extract those molecules can be done in, I guess, a variety of different ways. And I could be lying about all this, so do your own research. But the problem is since it really wasn't qualified as marijuana because it was derived from hemp, it was, as far as everyone was concerned, that gray area that was, until they say we can't do it, we're going to do it. And since they weren't regulating it, there's a lot that goes into that in terms of, like, there's people out there that don't care about their customers at all. They just want the money. So they're doing things that are dangerous in terms of, like, I've had plenty of people I know that have had bad experiences with Delta 8. Whether that's attributed to them not really
knowing how much to take.
Yeah, not really having experience in dosing, or, not having any experience at all with being high and what that really feels like and what it, like, is. And I don't know if that would be the cause of it, or if it is that there's, these excess chemicals or this or that that's in the products that cause, some people say that it makes their body hurt, it makes their headaches
and stuff like that. Yeah, one of my friends, she was like looking to get into it, or no, she told me that she had a really bad experience on Delta 8 and she didn't want to do it again, so she wanted like actual, like real like weed, because she thinks like it's like Delta 8. But I'm like, like, Ash, like, how much you took? So, yeah, it's like 2 gummies. I'm like, well, be honest, like, 2 gummies would probably set me into, like, a panic attack or something like that. Like, I'd be tripping out my mind. Like, and I usually, like, a half or, like, literally a quarter. So, I just think you just did it wrong.
Yeah.
Or greened out, as they say.
I mean, that's sort of part of it, too, in a way, because, like, let's say that, and this is, like, hypothetical, obviously, at this point, but let's say one gummy had enough chemical in it to make you have a bad time. If you took a quarter, you won't have that chemical buildup that causes your headache or backache or whatever it is. And like you're saying, if you take too much of it, like, and there are chemicals, if that's what we're saying, might be part of the issue, then.
But I feel like it's also
it is just.
I think it's just taking too much of anything is not good. It's just like how the saying is.
Yeah.
Even smoking regular weed, too much is not good. Like, too much alcohol is, even salt. Too much salt, not good for it.
For sure.
I mean, hell, they say even too much water, you can drown yourself. Like,
you overwork your kidneys.
Yeah, but I don't know. And I'm sure people out there have opinions on it, which is fine. But I think, if you're gonna do it, like, you need to, like, I want to tell people, like, you got to treat it like a medicine.
Yeah.
Like, I think you have to treat it like a prescription medicine. You can't just be like, oh, like, I'm gonna literally smoke this whole joint by myself. I'm like, no. It's my first time too. You're like, no, I don't think you should do that.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't know why, but, like, it is wild to me the quantity of dried flower you need to completely obliterate somebody who is not a consumer of weed. Like, if you...
You mean like me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally like that?
Yeah. Like, I chopped down this plant that was growing outside that probably is like 2 pounds or more worth of like dried flower. And...
When's that gonna be ready?
I don't know. I don't think it's really going to be that great because it wasn't quite finished.
You don't think it was finished, yeah.
But the point is like, that's one plant.
Yeah.
And like...
People grow like literally like 50 or 100 of those.
It's just like wild to me. Like,
who's smoking all this weed?
I just cannot believe that such a little amount is so potent.
Well,
it's just...
You just grow your shit right, man.
it's just wild. No, I just mean like, and just in general. You would think like, okay, like a tomato plant, you get like, let's say, I don't even know, a couple pounds of tomatoes off of it. Like, you would have no issues just, eating those tomatoes. But like, you grow this 2-pound plant, I mean... That's enough for some people for like a lifetime.
Yeah. No, it is.
Like,
it actually is.
I mean, you take it and you infuse it into something. You like
freeze
keep it
and
stable
then
forever.
And
like,
then literally it'll take me probably. I mean, I give away some of it like, every time Steven comes and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it'll take me at least a whole year, if not longer, to do everything that I have.
Yeah, and
one because I would guess the frequency of how much of when I do stuff, like at most once a week. I would say on average it's like once to twice a month.
Yeah.
So like that's also like a factor.
No, for sure. But even still, they're basically, I've given you probably like at most an ounce with everything included, like, because that 5-ounce jar of butter is a quarter of an ounce.
And then you gave me like a little baggie. You gave me like a 2-finger across like baggie, I think, one time.
So that's like half an ounce.
Yeah, and then my little plant I grew. Yeah, so I probably have a total of like an ounce, and it's taken me 2 years.
We're talking 32 ounces off of this plant.
It's taking me 2 years pretty much to go through an ounce.
But that's what I mean. When you start turning it into edibles, it's like you could have, let's say you do quarters, and each 5 ounce is 30 servings. That's 120 servings.
That's what I have.
If you got 2 ounces, that's 300. You could have one a day every single day for a year.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You could have a trip and never leave the farm.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not doing that. But yeah, it is crazy.
It's just wild, yeah.
Speaking of, really quick tangent, you said tomatoes. I don't know if I shared this fun fact or not, or just this idea. Oh, I also have a couple of ideas. Remember. First thing is we'll go off some tangents here. Sorry. Tomatoes. A guy on Survivor or one of these Survivor shows, something, for like a week straight, only like he ate a ton of heirloom like tomatoes or something like that. Like just ate a ton of either heirloom or cherry tomatoes, just tomatoes, whatever it is, like a ton. And he made sure he ate a bunch also, like that's like all he ate like for like a whole day straight before he went on the show, because tomato seeds, some of them will make it all the way through your poop. So this guy goes on the show, and you don't have any food, so you like scavenge for him and stuff. So all this guy does is literally just poops in holes and then grows tomatoes like in the ground.
What a dog!
Like is what he's doing, because like it wasn't Survivor, because it was like the show like where it's like months. Like it's like days on days on days on days, like Survivor show.
I think Survivor usually goes for like 60 to 80 days.
Yeah, like I said, so obviously, but like tomatoes take like a while, like
Yeah,
grow,
some
sprout
will
stuff.
take,
The,
like,
this
120
it was like, I would say about
quarter of a year.
yeah, I would say about three,
A third.
at least 3. It was like 3 to 5 months or something. That's how long this guy was like alone for and stuff, like surviving like from this like contest. But yeah, that's like what he did.
That's smart.
Is that so smart? He's just pooping out tomatoes.
I wonder if corn, you could do the same thing. I'm not sure. Maybe not.
Can
I
you
don't
grow?
know.
Does corn grow from one of those
Yeah.
kernels?
Yeah.
It's
Those
so,
are the seeds.
I mean, yeah, it makes so much sense. I've actually never thought about that.
You know, corn is just like a grass. It's been
Yeah, it doesn't have,
bred.
it has like no nutritional value. Right?
Well, that's sort of because
Right?
I know what you're saying.
Like the corn we eat. There's probably some other corns that we've just modified and stuff that we eat now.
A lot of I don't know, I could be wrong on this, but I think that would be more so due to the fact that corn is a monocrop that's grown in poor soils all over the country that just don't have any nutrition in general.
Oh.
But like if you had like, for example, like the Indians had like 200 varieties of corn.
Yeah, they do have a lot.
Those probably do have minerals and nutrients, but it might not be the highest of all the vegetables.
True.
I'm not sure.
But yeah.
It's a starch, I think.
So that one was interesting.
That is interesting.
The next thing I have that I want to talk about is a little bit of a brain teaser.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a question that I kind of want to give to the audience as well. We're going to talk about it. But where the hell is it? All right.
That if you have a mind reader
Okay.
versus a person that can see in the future, right? And they're playing chess.
All right. There it is. All right. I had to get a quick refresher. Sorry. So the question is, if you're a mind reader, do you know where I'm going with this?
No.
Okay. You're a mind reader, so you can read my mind. But I'm a future seer. I can see into the future, as much as I want. I'm not going to put a time limit on my future seeing.
Uh-huh.
But I can see into the future. You can read my mind. And we're playing chess. Who's going to win? I think it's the future seeker.
Future seer versus...
Everyone's like arguing that no, like, because the guy reading the mind's going to see him, like, he's going to read his mind of, like, his next move and stuff like that, what he wants to do. But then this guy's seeing in the future of me reading his mind.
That's interesting. You can see in the future that he's reading your mind.
Yeah.
But, like, I guess the idea would be...
But then...
you don't know that he's reading your mind. Like,
we know. Like, we you know my powers.
I got
Like, I know your power, you know my power. Like, it's a power world.
You gotta get blazed out of your mind so there's nothing going on in your mind and just start moving pieces. No.
But, like...
I don't know.
So who wins? I think it's the future seeker because, like, unless the mind reader is...
Who goes last?
Yeah. I guess my thing is, if the mind reader can see into my mind of me looking into the future of himself reading my mind, you know what I mean?
Just everybody's brain just turns off.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how, like, mind reading works. I think he can, like, read my mind, like, thoughts, but I don't think he can see into, like, my future visions that are, like, in my head,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think so. But maybe if he can, then
This is like walking into a bathroom with mirrors on 2 walls and you just have that extended out.
You know that mirrors the color of mirrors is actually green. Like, mirrors have, like, a color. It's green.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Most mirrors, like the real, like, true mirrors and stuff. Yeah, if you put, like, 2 together and you look down, like, the farther tunnel, there would be, like, a shade of green, like, kind of like on the outer rims of it and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
No.
Weird. Weird thought, man. Just a weird thought.
Dude, I don't know. I guess part of me is like the mind reader because even if you know what's going to happen in the future, I know what you're going to do as a move But
I know what you're gonna do as a move
for
because
sure.
I'm gonna see in the future.
And like I guess you have. I see where you're coming from. Like it has to be the mind or the person who can see in the future because no matter what, like
I know
you
all.
know what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
Whereas I can only figure out what you're thinking
In the present.
This is deep. We need like Jordan Peterson to help us out
I
with
know.
this.
Did. This one got me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's wild.
So yeah, let us know what you think on that one.
Mind
Hopefully,
reader,
hopefully it ruins your night.
Hopefully it ruins your
Yeah,
life.
that was just the thought right there.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
But anywho, let's get into what really matters. Surfing. Surfing, baby. Dick Grace is not happy with me.
No? You bought a surfboard?
No. I'd consult you first, though. Let's be honest. Which I did like your lip deck. I did like that board. Like the size of it and stuff and the feel and everything. I do wish I would have had one on Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Or just like pretty much like the whole like weekend and stuff. Because Monday was like...
Like yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. So it was just so clean.
Yeah.
But so big. Like too big for me.
Oh, wow.
Too big for me, like as in like I was like dropping
like for the
in.
board?
Yeah, the board. I like dropping in, man. Like if I literally wasn't like 45-degree angled, like out or like more or something, like I couldn't do it. Like on the first wave, I like caught. I didn't even stand up. I was just like, okay, let me just ride this way like boogie board so fast. To me, I was like, I am cooking right now. Like this is definitely the fastest I've ever been on a board, 100%. Literally I took it the angle perfectly and stuff like that. Like if I was standing up, it would have been
amazing,
fucking amazing. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I mean,
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Now I can see how people like literally like catch air. Like I'm going pretty fast. If I were like cut right now, I feel like I would like pop out of like the wave. Like I can see how that happens. But yeah, when my board like being like big, it would either like nosedive. Like I wouldn't like necessarily pearl because I'm like literally dropping.
Yeah.
I would be like on it and then I hit like on, so I need to like lean or like turn more. There was also a ton of rights, which I'm okay with. Like I can do, but when it's that like steep, I mean it was steep drop ins, and I had a hard time finding like the shoulders. I seemed to always just be in the dead fucking like middle, and I kept trying to get more on like shoulder, but cause sometimes I'd be like this, and it was just like a boom, like clapped.
Yeah, it's tough too because like that swell was a long period swell, which makes closeouts, which makes it tough to find shoulders.
Yeah. Like I thought I'd be on a shoulder, like a wave that I just let go, definitely would have been the shoulder. So the next wave I'd take, and I'm like in the middle. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
But everyone had short boards out there and stuff like that. It was me and Foddy, and Foddy has his soft Bing Gravy like 9.0 board. I felt so bad for him.
Was he just like?
He just kept getting pounded. He just trying to get out. Even for me, like honestly, it's so what I think the reason I love so much about surfing, especially like going out with like you and like Todd, is like I actually am learning every time I go out. Like I feel like I am getting better, and I can actually like see it.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I learned when going out with y'all on like Saturday, Todd was like, I was like, all right, let's go. And he's like, no, like you gotta wait. You gotta watch this set come in, and then you gotta know when to go out, or you just get pounded. So like Foddy went out, I was like, now like I'm gonna like walk out some, like wait. I'm like, okay, the set's done. I'm going out now. So I like got it like completely fine before I just get like pounded.
Yeah.
And so like that's like something I never even thought about. Like I thought the waves just always just keep rolling in, rolling in, rolling. It never stops, but there is a lull point.
Especially like on Monday, there definitely was because it was like you're saying cleaner. So the only waves that were coming through were long period swell.
Yeah.
And they'll come in sets, which is why you say like, oh, there's a set coming.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, I mean, you sort of wait for like a few waves. You can
see when there's a low period, like, and then you're like, okay, I'm going out now. Like
when it's really big and it's further out, the better time to start paddling is when you first see the set. Because it's going to suck when you get sort of halfway.
Yeah, and you just hit the
but
push
you're going
through
to
it.
get through it, and then it's going to like have a long enough break.
I also can't, duck diving on my board is pretty
Yeah.
hard. I can like kind of push it like down some, probably get it like water like here, but like I'm not that deep. I'm really
I
not
need
that
to
deep.
show you one time when we're out about like if you're not right, like let's say the wave's gonna break like right here and
Yeah.
you're far enough back, you can sort of sit back on your board and make the board point up like this, and then when the white water's rolling,
Just kind of pop on top
and
of
then
it.
lay down as the
Oh.
board hits here and lay. So you'll be sitting with the board
It
straight
will
up.
hit me to do this.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's a good technique for like not big waves.
Yeah, okay.
Like maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of times, like what I was doing was I was just ditching it. I literally would take it, flip over upside down like this,
Yeah.
and that worked a good bit.
I was gonna say that's called like a turtle roll.
Turtling, yeah. I would do that, and that worked a lot. Sometimes I literally just
Rip
threw
the
it behind
board.
me, and then just hold my leash like this, and then pull
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, it was awesome out there. But yeah, everyone had these short boards, and then after like paddling on a short board, God, it's a bitch. It's a bitch and a half paddling on a short board.
Yeah.
But I can see how it's easier to like kind of ride that wave or like control it with a smaller board of like getting the takeoff or like the drop is a lot easier on the shorter than it would be like the long.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about sitting back so much. But I caught like a couple waves, and some of them I had my foot pretty farther back, like on top of like fence side. I was able to like control like a little bit more with it of maneuvering. And I had one really good left.
Nice.
Because like I said, everything was just right. But then I finally got a left. I was just like, all right, I'm going in. Like, I'm done. That was great. Like, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm good enough. My freaking tennis elbow was just killing me, dude.
Yeah.
It was hurting. It just aches. It's just like a
Is
compressing.
it just from paddling, you think?
So it definitely no. It started on Saturday when your board. I was sitting on it, and wave came over but it didn't break on me. But the board, I went up, and the board was still kind of down. So the board slid forward, and as it slid forward, I grabbed it real quick, but only with my left hand. So it was like this yanking, pulling motion that
Yeah.
just tweaked my bicep tendon to here, and then tennis elbow across there, and that's what set it off. So from that day, from Saturday to Monday, after 30 minutes surfing, it'd be aching.
Yeah.
It doesn't it hurts, but it's not stabbing pain. It's just a little imagine a headache, a pulsing headache, but in your elbow, bicep, muscle.
No, I
And it just
gotcha.
ached and ached. So it's not a stabbing pain. But yeah, paddling, it was just killing it. But then pushing up on the board, stand up doesn't hurt, or it doesn't help either. So had to call it early on that one. But I won't be able to go surfing now for 2 weeks anyway, because I got crap all just coming up.
Yeah.
And stuff right now. So it'll probably be a good 2 week break though anyway, just for this to be just fully healed up. I don't think it. I feel in 2 weeks that it should be fairly gone. But yeah, I really want a shortboard. I think last episode I really want a longboard. Now I really want a shortboard. I just want all three. I already got the medium. Let me go get the 9. Let me get this 6 foot or something like that. I think it'd be great.
I think that's a good Virginia Beach. If you had to just do 3 boards,
Yeah.
those sizes are.
Yeah, I think that's what you
Quality.
need. I was looking on literally offer out. That's just literally out of the short boards are all 5'6".
Oh really?
They're all 5'6" boards. I'm that is way too short for me.
Yeah.
I'm that's gonna be rough. But they're $100. I'm I could probably jump on those. Just have some fun, try it out. But I mean, like I don't know, like see, for like a short board, I don't know if I want to like initially buy like a nice board or just go buy like a beater board first, like for like $200 and just have it try it out, or if it's just worth it to go ahead and just buy a nice like shorty.
There's a lot of differences between like a short soft top board and a short hard board. Honestly,
Yeah.
though, you're gonna run into a lot of the same problems that you run into with your 7.2 with a short soft top board.
No, I don't. I'm only talking hard. Did I say soft?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a beater board.
Oh no, sorry. You're right. I said beater board. I forgot that was a
I got you.
strap brand. I mean like a beater board, like a used
yeah.
like
An
like
actual.
a ton of like what WRV has in the white truck.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a beater board, like a trash
yeah.
board that has a bunch of pressure like dings
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I'm like, I'm just gonna pick on one of those, like
Yeah,
$100.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and if I break it or I snap it, like, fuck it, it is what it is.
No, I got you then. Yeah.
Like, that's what I was talking about.
I was just thinking, like those beater boards, they're fun and they're good to like, have a good time on, but they're pretty flat on the bottom, which sort of runs into the same problems of like purling and all that. But it's funny. I don't even think I went surfing Sunday. I did go Saturday. I don't think I went surfing Sunday at all. And I
think you
definitely
did. I think you did go. Didn't you go? I thought you said you go in the afternoon.
I was going to, but I
Oh,
never
you didn't
did.
go out?
Because Sarah's and Leslie's flight got delayed like a few times.
Oh, dude, how was the concert? Did she say it
I
was
think
great?
they had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New tat?
Yeah, they got tattoos before.
Tat? Cherries?
Yeah. She's wild with all that. She wants all the tattoos.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I surfed at all Sunday, and I know I didn't surf Monday. It's funny. The reason I didn't go surfing Monday was I was looking at the waves. First off, I got off of work late, like 4:30.
Oh.
And then second off, which isn't late compared to you, like
Yeah.
But and second off, I was looking at the cams down south, which is always my mistake because I'm looking at these amazing.
When you mean south, you're not talking Croton. You're talking like Buxton, Frisco, like
Well,
Pierre,
like even just in town, like in the Outer Banks, like in Kitty Hawk, it was like
You're looking
it was
there.
so much bigger and so much just like.
Yeah.
And I'm addicted to big waves,
Yeah.
not massive waves, just bigger waves. Like
Let me pull this.
I
up.
really around here in Virginia Beach, like if it's not head high, I really don't have a desire to go out at all. It just doesn't. No, I swear, like it just doesn't feel like it pushes me enough.
Nag's head.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, load up.
That's a person.
He doesn't catch it. But I mean, it's a solid like shoulder. Like I feel like if you're at the bottom of it, like,
the thing
but
is,
maybe like more like chest. It's just look at that, just rolling.
bro, I was watching the Hatteras cam though. That's what really got me. Was like I was watching this Hatteras cam, and I'm watching guys drop into like
Massive
like
waves.
8-foot waves, and I'm just like, and I'm watching it on the outer break.
Yeah.
It just was like, it looked like outer reef break in like Hawaii. And I'm like, I want to be out there. And then I look here and I'm like, I maybe see like a head high set, and I'm just like, I don't feel like going out. Like, there's so many people out because the waves are good.
Dude, if it's Monday
Yeah.
when I went out, there was like at 8 o'clock like rolls around. I'm like, there's so many people. Like, what the fuck do y'all do for work? Like, why are y'all working? No, obviously I'm like, I called in sick. I called in sick. I had shit to do today. Like I had to call in sick, but obviously I came out surfing too. But I'm like, what the fuck's everyone doing here? Like,
there's some people like you're saying, there's waves, they're not going to work. I don't know how it works for them, but no, but I probably should have gone Monday. And probably would have had some fun, but I just didn't get around to it.
I think what I need to do now, also when I go surfing, is I need to bring my camera. I need to, because I'm not I'm not fit enough yet to last like,
I
like
gotcha.
with everyone else. So I'll like go out there in the beginning, catch stuff, and then once I'm tired, just sit on the shore and then start taking photos.
Yeah.
I think it's like what I want to start doing.
I got you.
Like I wish if I brought my camera down on Monday, I would have stayed down there for like another hour with the guy, the Harley guy. He takes videos and like photos of surf for the Bloom Doll guys. Yeah, I would have just sat with him and taken photos too. It would have been sick. I was sitting the whole time like, God, I wish I had my camera. I'm like, I wish I had my camera right now, because this is great. This is great. Lars and Seth. Lars is like so good. Oh, David Cockrell's out there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
David
Yeah, ran into him. He paddled over to me. He was like, Ben? I'm like, what up? I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, just trying to catch a wave, man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You guys went to 71st Street or whatever?
Yeah. It's a solid break there. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Up there. I mean, I feel like the north end, if you're going to surf north end, like that's kind of like where like a lot of people were.
I feel like that's
like in between those like 3 streets. There's also surprisingly kind of a current moving north. Like you couldn't see it, and maybe that was just because I was catching a lot of rights, but I ended up moving about like 4 streets down at the end.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I think is super valuable that not many people around here that I've noticed really do very well, is finding a spot and staying in that spot the entire time that you surf.
Yeah. Landmark. I like try to do that. I said there's a teal house. I'm going to try to stay in front of this teal house like as much as I can. And I like can't do it yet. I'm like always moving.
It's tough too, like you're saying, like especially if you're not in shape.
Yeah.
But also you're just not, when you're new, you're not thinking about it. But even when
the next wave.
Even when it's like full storm surge and then like the rips are ripping down and
it's
up
like
the
literally
beach,
vertical going that way.
I still am like there's
Stay
days
in
where
this
I'm
place.
just like paddling the entire
Really?
time. I don't sit on my board and then you catch a wave and you paddle back out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, especially down in Hatteras more often than here so much, there's days where there's no way you can keep up. Like you have to catch a wave, ride down, get out, go back. If you want to stay in the
or
exact
you
same
like
place.
before you get in, you like go like 2 blocks that way, get in, and then like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember, when taking photos of you one time, I was like positioned to the left of you, and you were coming at me. Or no, maybe I was positioned to the right of you, and you kept moving farther away. So I kept like having to like run to get like ahead of you some, and then I shoot you like this, and then I have to run, get ahead of you again, shoot like that. Like, I do remember one day there was a wee bit of a current.
Man, but Hatteras was so good today and yesterday.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really want to shortboard now.
Well,
I really want.
hopefully we don't get more waves in the next 2 weeks so you don't miss anything. But
Not that it matters for me because I think I'm going this weekend. But there was something big. Looked like it was coming. Or maybe it's gone.
yeah, it's so funny. Sometimes it'll
Dude,
be
literally,
like 10 foot.
It literally last week I said 9-foot waves. I was like, what?
It is
What are you
so
talking about?
funny. It's like the one preferred forecasting model that they do says that like a hurricane's gonna hit Virginia Beach or something, and so it's like 10-foot waves, and then the next day it's like, oh, just kidding, that's not even gonna be a hurricane.
You know what I hate also about the 71st Street cam?
It's so far away.
That, but it also
It
literally
glitches.
it glitches right before the wave crashes.
Yeah.
It's like it's on point.
Some cams I literally can't watch. Yeah.
Every time before it breaks, it literally pauses. I'm like, oh.
The Hatteras cam was doing that too, but there were still some that made it all right. Sometimes they'll go and reset the cams and it makes it go away for a little bit, but yeah, even today there was waves. And like, I thought about going out today after work, but I was like, if I didn't go out yesterday, I definitely shouldn't go out today.
Yeah. I also though I kept having this problem. Surprisingly, I don't know what was the hell happened to me, but on Monday, I also got so gassed kind of quickly was I was paddling so hard to like catch waves and they just like weren't breaking. I like just like wasn't catching waves. Like they were so big like in front of me and I started paddling and they wouldn't break. I was just surprised how big in shape they were and they didn't break.
That's like another
so
reason that I
weird.
don't really like surfing here is there's just we don't have good sandbars.
Yeah.
And when we do have
Or
good
consistent
sandbars, yeah, everybody knows about them. So there's so many people on the breaks that it's like, I don't know. It's just, I hate Virginia Beach surfing, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, and also for me, just like with the way I am, like personality wise, I just feel like when we were surfing at the jetty, I just felt like I was in everyone's way.
Yeah, you're probably gonna feel like that for a little while.
Like I just feel like I'm in everyone's way. Like
I can remember.
I feel like I'm definitely in the way of people that are more ahead of me, than the wave. But then I don't feel comfortable catching waves if there are people like in front of me, like towards the beach, because I'm like I can't maneuver.
Yeah.
So if you get in my way, I am going to hit you. Not because you're in my way. It's because I can't
Do anything.
I don't know how to turn.
Yeah.
Like
No.
don't fucking be like if someone paddles out and they're in front of me and they literally there's some people that will literally paddle out, say 2-3 strides or something in front of me and then sit right in front of me. So I'm like, ugh. So I like move to the left or right of them. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit directly behind you. Like
Yeah, that's like I don't know. It sort of sucked that we went out at First Street that day, just because of like that aspect. Like I do feel bad because
no, it was a learning experience. I need to learn to do that.
And I thought about that too. Like it is good to just be out there.
I learned how to suck out through the jetty part. That was a great thing. I learned how to watch the break.
You can do that at the pier too.
Yeah, do the pier. I mean,
like
it was a learning experience, and then it was just a learning experience of being around that many people surfing and stuff. Like I said, I was around a lot of people on Monday, but I was like I've been around more people like literally on Saturday at the pier, so I'm like, or at the jetty, so whatever. Like it's okay, but
I know exactly what you're talking about though, in terms of like having someone inside and not being able to know that you can get around them or like and then also having the people outside that are in your head or everybody's head. Typically it's just a natural thought of like they're better, so now I'm in their way because I'm further into the
because technically is it both people's jobs like to try to get out of the way, or like who's like right of way is it like saying, so like if you're catching a wave, you're in front of me, and I think you're gonna go left, so I start moving, right, or I start going like the other way, or is it my position, or is it your job to move out of my way and I keep going straight?
So typically in like if you're somewhere where the break is in the same place all the time and somebody's getting ready to catch a wave, you should head toward where it's already breaking. Because
they're going that direction, like, or
they're gonna be trying to go where it's not breaking.
Not breaking.
So, like you're
that's
saying.
what I mean.
But the problem is like in
hard to
Virginia
tell
Beach.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Remember when your dad was coming at us?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm looking, I was like, I think he's gonna turn like left, or no, I think he's gonna go right. So I started paddling left, but then even you were like, I don't know which way he was going, man.
Dude, he
like,
came right at me.
Yeah.
Like, and like that's the other thing. Like if you ever get in that situation where you're just like, I really don't know where this person's going. You can literally just sit on your board and just sit still because now it's their deal.
So,
Like you got to figure out where you're
or
going.
just jump off the board and flip it over and just be like, all right, fine, like a mile away, like something.
I would say like try not to ditch your board in a situation like that.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
But it is sort of weird. It's like one of them things, especially in Virginia Beach and beach breaks in general, where you have to, and it comes with like the knowledge of surfing and wave reading and all that, but you have to sort of guess where they're gonna go.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Okay, I think the wave is breaking that way. There are times that literally the wave is breaking left and they go right.
And that's like me. Like there could be a perfect right. And I'm going left just because I like going left.
So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, go left. Like,
yeah, no, I know what you're saying. But yeah, I'd say most of the time it's on the person who's trying to catch the wave.
Okay.
Unless you like the number one rule is just don't paddle to where they're gonna be going, which is obvious, but
Yeah. That's what I try to do that.
I
Try to guess
said,
where they're going and try not to go that way.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you end up going that way and you're like, fuck, so you try to turn real quick or something.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, hold still, go straight.
Yeah.
Do what you can, but
Something like that. But
lots of surfing experience for
we'll
you
get
this
better.
weekend.
When do you think I'll have to start wearing a wetsuit? I will say on Monday the water was probably 2 degrees colder.
Yeah, it should start getting cooler here soon because once the nights start getting well below 70 degrees, it's gonna drop quick.
Okay.
I say quick. I mean, there's been times where like you can go out in October with maybe just a bathing suit, but it's good to have like that long sleeve top like I had.
Yeah.
Just because the water can still be warm, but the air can be cold.
Yeah.
But I'd say you'd probably be able to put it on in November.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe even late October or middle October. I mean, there's been times where I know I've been in a wetsuit in October down in Hatteras because sometimes you just don't want to be cold.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're just not in the mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well, think about wraps it up for this one.
Yeah.
Sorry for another tangent about surfing.
It is the couch surfing podcast, so
That is true. So we're not sorry.
we're not sorry.
All right. Well, cool. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This episode of Couch Surfing Podcast, Season 2, Episode 22. 2's all around. We will catch y'all next week.
Peace.